Hey, good afternoon, good morning to some. I hope all is doing well. Just wanted to come on here today, get back on here to stay consistent and come back to the community and continue to provide information to the community. And I hope everybody's doing well because I truly am excited about today. I'm excited about every day because every day is a new opportunity. And I really mean that. And I say that from a place that I genuinely believe that every day is a new opportunity. And like I said, during the eulogy at my brother's funeral, time is the only gift that you get once. So what are you going to do about it? Do with it. And I hope everybody's doing well, man. And I just wanted to come on here today and have a discussion about the Perry County, Alabama Revenue Commission, and discuss some things that went on at the Perry County Commission meeting last night, and among some other things. There's a lot of different topics. Typically, I usually make a daily post, but I didn't make a post today. I do have some stuff to post, but I decided not to make a post, and I decided to come on and just go live today and put out information and share information with the people. But man, I just wanted to encourage the community to keep smiling, man. Keep smiling. One thing about it, and two things for sure, right? When there's a shift and change, we're talking about shift and change and something for the better, right? Even when you're looking to improve, right? You have to be able to address the realities of what you're dealing with, and this is what I mean by that is, I made this post yesterday and I wanted to share it. Hold on. Yeah, here you go. And the post said, many of us are not in the position we feel we should be in because we have refused to correct the behaviors that keep us in stagnation, right? Many of us are not in the position we feel we should be in because we refuse to correct the behaviors that keep us in stagnation. Now, that's something that when I'm speaking about, especially addressing things back home, right? Many of us know that the conditions that we have to deal with when it comes to in the county, in the towns in the county, are things that we don't like. There are conditions that we don't like. Many of us been complaining about these things for years. Many of us been frustrated about these things for years, and we have talked about it amongst each other. There's been numerous conversations, right? But the question is, what have we done to bring forth change to that, right? Because this is the thing, man. The status quo has remained the same. We keep reelecting the same people back in office, and the results still say the same. But what happens is not only the results stay the same, and we see no tangible change. Year after year, it's the same old, same old. The same old, same old. And I've just been dedicated to showing the community is so that I can show patterns so people can begin to see things and see that where we need to change our behavior so that we can get out of the stagnation place. Because contrary to what is propagated and what is told to the community, right? Perry County, many of the leaders in Perry County don't have good reputations at the state level. They don't. There's a lot of people, a lot of business and people that have admirations of and willing to do business and bring jobs to the community that don't want to have anything to do with Perry County because of certain elected officials in the area. Period. That is the God honest truth. Right? That's been shared from credible sources, talking to other people. Right? And the thing is, what I've committed myself to doing is providing factual information, credible information that people can verify and see for themselves. I've been committed to providing the information and showing the people where they can go look up information, right? But from the people that is in some of the elected officials, and particularly with Albert, he talked about on the interview the other day about how individual use AI and just get information and like, no, AI show you, like, it shows people the truth. Right? It shows people the truth. And this is the thing, right? The thing about it is, and I just want people to understand this. When people don't know, when you can keep people uninformed, it is easier for you to lie to them. When you inform the people, you empower the people, right? But you can lie to them. This is the thing. This is the playbook. And I'm talking about the playbook. I'm going to talk about the playbook for a little bit, but then I am going to go on and talk other things. But let's look at the playbook. The playbook is, I understand that we are in an impoverished area in the Black Belt. By what I mean by an impoverished area, that means that typically speaking, we are one of the poorest areas in the state and really in the nation, right? If you look at the state numbers, right? As a matter of fact, like I always do, you know, I like to show things so people can see it. And I'm going to Google. There's not ChatGPT. Top 10 poorest counties in Alabama. What are the 10 poorest counties in Alabama? Right? And then here, y'all see this, right? And I just want y'all to see this. When I type that in, when I type this in, this is from, let me see what source that is. All right, this was in 2002 from Alabama.com. This is the data from that article, right? And I'm going to go to that article. Yeah, I know it's a little dated, but I just want people to see it. So it's not like somebody saying it, right? And they talked about, let me close this out. This is why I show people this, so people can see the 10 Alabama counties where people earn the least money, right? You go through this, you scroll down, and they got Barber County. Come on now. Through all these ads. I don't want that. Bullock County, number 9. This is Lowndes County, number 8. Dallas County, number 7. Do y'all see that, right? Lowndes County, Black Belt. Dallas County, Black Belt. Marengo County, Black Belt. Monroe County, Hale County, Greene County, Sumter County was number 2, and then they had Perry County, number 1. Now, this has since changed, but I just want to go show people. I'm showing people so you can see, right? Because people love to try to put other things. So let's go to some other sources, right? Let's go to this. Only in your state. Let's go check this out. When was this? Wilcox was number 1. Perry County number 2. Y'all see that, right? Perry County number 2. Perry County second on the list. Per capita income, $13,433. Medium household income, $25,950. What does medium household income? That means that the average household in Perry County makes $25,950 a year, right? So if I go and I'm going to my calculator, and if I take $25,950 and I divide that by 12, that means that the average household makes $2,162.50 before taxes, right? Now, not trying to nerd out or bore everybody, but this is what I'm trying to show. When they know things like this, what do? They make promises, right? They make promises that they're going to help people pay bills and they're going to do all of this stuff, which I'm not against. But you have to ask yourself, who does that serve? Who does that serve? Now, the state law does allow, through indigent services, allow county governments to provide resources. And yes, you're right, Max. It's literally below poverty level. But it allows county government to allocate funds to assist like nonprofit organizations, which Perry County does, which like Sowing Seeds of Hope, to help people pay for utilities and different things like that. Right. That is a real good. I'm not in disagreeing with it. Right. But my question that comes with that is you start to look at the allocation. Last year, the 2 years prior in 2022, 2023. And this is what I want to do. Right. While we talking, I'm finna show you guys real hand, firsthand. And the reason why I do this, because I want people to see for themselves. I want people to see for themselves. Let's go back to my friend Google. Let me go to Perry County, Alabama website. And I'm going here. Going back to the Perry County, Alabama website. I'm going up here. I'm going to budget. Once I go to budget, I scroll down. I click on the annual budget link. It's going to take me to this page. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to click on this general fund budget for 2026. Then they got 2024, 2025 general fund budget. Then I'm going to go down to the 2022, 2023 proposed budget. Then I'm going to go down here to 2021 to 2022 final budget. Now, I did, and we can see this, right? As we go through here, this is what it used to. Now I'm going to go down. I'm going down to where they have indigent services. There's a courthouse annex, court reporter, probate office, revenue commission, elections, board of registers. That's what they had. Jail. That's a continuation for the jail. Emergency communications. That's what they had. Ambulance services. This is 2021 courthouse security and indigent services, right? So indigent service, y'all see in 2021, 2022, the allocations for Sowing Seeds of Hope was $1,000. That was in 2021, 2022, right? I just want people to see this. So I'm going to click out of the 2021, 2022. Now we're going to the 2022, 2023. Let's go back to indigent services. Typically, it'll be at the end. Let me see. That's the capital improvements. That's the gas tax, reappraisals, vehicle training, manufactured homes, civil defense. They had a lot of stuff in here. Rebuild Alabama funds, solid waste. I don't see indigent. Let me control F. If you don't know, you can do control F. And you can search. All right, indigent services right here. Indigent services. I'm trying to see if they had anything. So they didn't have anything budgeted that I see right now. As you see, they don't have indigent medical expenses, health salaries, appropriations. All right, they had another $1,000 for appropriations, right? That's what they were giving out to like Sowing Seeds of Hope. It was under appropriation last time. So another $1,000 in 2021 and $1,000 in 2022, right? I just want y'all to see the difference. Now we're going to go to 2024. If we go to indigent services, as y'all see, in 2022, there was increase to $20,000 to Sowing Seeds of Hope and $5,000 to Choice, right? We went from $1,000 for 2 years straight, then to $20,000. Now let's go to this year. Now, be in mind, this year is an election year. Now, appropriations for Sowing Seeds of Hope went up to $65,000, which it was originally $75,000 on the first one before they made the change. Choice went up to $10,000, and then they added Project Grace to $5,000. right? Now, why is that important? Are those increases genuinely about helping out the community? Or could it be that it was just coincidentally coming up on an election year? Because the people that they designated for, because Alabama law states that you have to designate those funds, right? And they have to specify, and what they specified is those funds to help with utilities are for elderly and disabled people. Those are the criteria that they set up, right? Now, from what you know, this is just stuff that's been reported, right? And this is things that's been reported, that Sowing Seeds of Hope does help people, but there's a lot of people that actually need the support that don't qualify because they don't fall up under the elderly or the disabled category, right? And the money that was presented said it was given, the increase was given to offset a lot of matter of fact, let's just go to it. Because I don't want, you know, people like to say that I'm lying. But if I go to Albert's page, if I go to his page and I'm gonna search his page, and I'm gonna do Beautiful Bill. Because he did Big Beautiful Bill here. I mentioned that. Let me see. Here you go. On October the 12th. On October the 12th, Albert says, Chairman Turner continues his advocacy efforts, right? Chairman Albert Turner reaffirms his commitment to supporting low-income and elderly Perry County residents during a financial work session of the Perry County Commission. Chairman Turner emphasized that the commission will provide assistance to vulnerable populations, including the elderly, disabled, and low-income residents. This statement was in response to Republican Commissioner Brent Harrison of District 3, who compared the proposed allocation of $75,000. Now, y'all see, $75,000 for energy assistance program to the E911 appropriation of $60,000. Chairman Turner clarified that E911 receives substantial funding from other sources, whereas those in need of energy assistance have been disproportionately affected by the Big Beautiful Bill passed by the Republican-led Congress. Right? And he talked about the previous year's budget resulted in a $200,000 surplus. Now, I want to go back here and say this, right? Vulnerable populations, that it will assist in vulnerable populations, including the elderly, disabled, and low-income residents. The reason why I bring that up is because there have people that have reported that they have went to Sowing Seeds of Hope to request assistance with their utilities. And they were told because they wasn't elderly or disabled, even though they are low income, even though they qualify for SNAP benefits, even though they fit all the other things, that they are turned away and not assisted. Now, the other thing is, this appropriation is allegedly passed by the commission. Why would Albert want it to look like he's the one leading the charge for it? You know why? Because he wants people to think that he is the one behind it, so it can benefit him to make it look like he's the one making it happen for the community. He's the one giving the handouts to the community. And it's all done so that it can be favorable to him. That's him using his office for public gain. That's political grifting right there. And it's easy to see why jump in an election year from $20,000 to $65,000. Why say that it's for the vulnerable population, including elderly, disabled, and low-income residents? But then when the low-income residents go and they get the help, they are denied. Because they say it's only for elderly and disabled. Like, that's just a question. And y'all see it's on his page. That's words that he said. I didn't say it. He said it. Right? He said it. And these are the things, man, like people really, 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 yeah. And here you go. Here go another one. On September the 2nd, Chairman Turner proposed budget to include funding for the elderly. Perry County Commission has provided funding to Sowing Seeds of Hope and Digit funds for utilities for Perry County residents since 2020. Chairman Turner commended the nonprofit organization for its efforts to assist the elderly and disabled with their utility bills. In Chairman Turner's proposed 2025-2026 budget, the allocation for utility projects will be $60,000, representing a 60% increase from previous years. Chairman Turner noted that cuts to community action agencies caused by Trump's Big Beautiful Bill would negatively impact elderly and disabled citizens struggling with increasing utility costs. Y'all see that, right? Right? Y'all see that? That's what he said. And this is what he said about the president in April. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul hell-bound? Those are some very prophetic words. Very, very, very prophetic words. But I just want the people to say, so this is not for the people that's, for the people that are set on misunderstanding. This is not a shot at Sowing Seeds of Hope. This is not. I'm talking about what the elected official put out there. If he said it is for assisting with low income, then it needs to be for low income, or it needs to be specified for that. And then why the huge increase? Just being honest with you, what's the major difference in the Big Beautiful Bill that's going to impact Perry County economically that wasn't impacting Perry County economically prior to then? Right? And I just want everybody to understand this too. For those that didn't watch the Perry County Commission meeting last night, I want to put this out because I already know what's going to happen on Sunday on the news, on the radio station that when Albert come on. About 2 weeks ago, Albert got on his news, not say the news, but the radio broadcast that he does on Sunday morning. He got on there and he was trying to paint it like he was advocating for Rita Smith, who is going unopposed as the Perry County Revenue Commission. Now, he was trying to put out, and this is what propaganda looked like. This is what a politician does to try to placate or play sides. Albert was suggesting on the radio show about 2 Sundays ago that he was going to advocate for Governor Kay Ivey to appoint her as the Revenue Commission, since she was going to run unopposed. So basically she was going to bid anyway, because since she was employee, if you're an employee, they got a rule. If you're an employee and you're running for a political office, you needed to take a leave of absence during that time. Now, the thing, what he's not telling you, that Albert had already approached 2 people to run against Rita, but they turned him down. And that came from a very credible source, that he approached 2 people. One of the individuals called Rita about it, and the other one said no. So my question is, if you gonna try to get other people to run against Rita, why get on the radio and then try to act like you trying to contact the governor to use your capital connections to get the governor to appoint her to that seat, when all of your recommendations before didn't work with the governor, because the governor appointed Roy Fikes to be the sheriff, and you didn't want Roy Fikes to be the sheriff. And last night he tried to push a thing to a motion to have the governor to appoint Rita to be the commissioner, and to be the revenue commissioner. And shout out to Commissioner Carlton Lewis for raising the question. We're like, hey, Why not we just bring her back to work since she's running unopposed and not wait till the governor appoints somebody? She can just come back to work anyway. And we ain't got to worry about it, because what Albert was trying to present last night was, well, since the current revenue commission is retiring on this Friday, we need to just push this through and you know, we can reach out to the governor to try to get the governor to appoint her, because he wants to seem like it was him that did it. I just want the people, like, think about how snakish you got to be to try to act like you're openly supporting somebody to be appointed to a position that you just try to get people to run against. But since they turned you down, now you're trying to save face. I just want people to understand it. Like, everybody can get upset about the facts, the truth and the facts, right? Albert spent all his time talking about me, trying to talk about, you know, you got somebody out there that use AI to ask questions, and you know, they don't know what they talking about. All of that, you know, Albert. I'm gonna remind you of something, right? I know you've been on the county commission for 25 years. Do you know that the commission actually has to vote on stuff, and it has to be a majority vote? It has to be a majority vote. It just can't be you say something. It has to be a vote. So if there's not a vote from the commission, a majority vote supporting it, then that means that it didn't happen, bro. And that means that the information that you put out is wrong. Like, for example, Albert has workers out at the Barnett King Center. He had workers out there. But guess what you don't have? You don't have a vote from the county commission authorizing any work being done out there. So what contract? What contracts? And workers was out there. It was reported that workers was out there, and they was asked, you know, who got you out there? And they said Jeff Easley got them out there. If I'm not mistaken, Jeff Easley is a janitor. So what authorization that Jeff Easley have to have people working out there at the Barnett King Center? Like, what are those? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. It hadn't been voted on by the commission. It's not in the minutes. There's not a vote on it. That's not how it works. And you keep talking about the complexity. It's simplicity. There's nothing, no bill paid, no nothing that happens unless that there's a vote. And it has to be a majority vote on it. And the reason why Albert don't like me talking is because I provide factual information that counters his propaganda. See, propaganda hates being challenged. It hates being challenged. And the reason why propaganda hates being challenged is because it wants the freedom to just put out whatever it wants to put out. Right. And I mean, I want to talk about this too. We know it's been cold the last few days. It's been very cold the last few days. And it was reported that people freezing in the, you know, Albert said at the breakfast, he said at the Martin Luther King breakfast, and I got video, that he said that we spend, people talking about receipts. We spent $1.4 million on the renovation of the Perry County Courthouse. But if you spent millions of dollars on the renovation, why they ain't got no heat in there, Albert? Why? Why they don't have any heat in there? Why did one of the contractors, you paid the contractors hundreds of thousands of dollars to do work on it that they ain't even finished because they ain't even have an HVAC license to work on it. But you the one voted for it. That's somebody you pushed in there. Okay, Albert, since you spent millions of dollars, over $1 million renovating it, why the elevator still not working in the courthouse? Since you said it, these are your words, man. You said it. And Albert, I ain't had to go to AI or Google to ask that. When I went there 2 weeks ago, the elevator wasn't working. Since you're so concerned about the elderly and the disabled, then why you ain't working to get those elevators to work? Then people have to walk them stairs to go upstairs to court. Then they go in the courtroom. In the summertime, it's hot. And in the wintertime, it's cold. And y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know it's cold. And they said it was cold in the City Hall too. So it was 20 degrees. Them people in there working at 20 degrees. Like, these are the things that people are dealing with. But this is the stuff that he keep, like, when you got somebody like Albert that's a habitual liar and who is a narcissist, what I mean by narcissist, right? As a matter of fact, you know, because people throw the word narcissist around. I don't throw it around a lot. But let me go to my good old friend, ChatGPT. Right, and I'm finna show y'all something. Narcissist. No, I ain't. I'm just gonna do narcissist behavior. See what it pop up with. All right, let's go down here. Let's talk about this, right? Narcissist behavior usually refers to patterns linked to narcissistic traits or narcissistic personality disorder. Not everyone who shows these behavior has narcissistic personality disorder, but the patterns can still be damaging. Here's a clear, no fluff breakdown. Common narcissistic behavior: grandiosity, exaggerating achievements, acting superior, needing to feel special. I'm the commissioner. Who are you? You can't get the commissioner to move. I'm the chairman. When you walk in, I have to have my own special office in the courthouse. I can't be with the other commissioners. You got to have the office of the chairman for me. All right, now watch this. Constant need for admiration, fishing for praise, getting upset when not recognized. Say it ain't so. Lack of empathy, dismissive or minimizing others' feeling. Entitlement, expecting special treatment, rules shouldn't apply to them. Manipulation, gaslighting, guilt tripping, twisting facts to stay in control. Blame shifting. Nothing is ever their fault. Ever. Ever. Exploiting others, using people for attention, money, status, or emotional support. Fragile ego, overreacting to criticism, silent treatment, rage, or sudden withdrawal. Image obsession, caring more about how things look than how they actually are. Y'all see that? Right, and that's just what I ask. That's a simple question. I ain't calling no names, but it's pretty clear for those that do know, because he claimed that those that know me. He said at the meeting, those that know me, you know, yeah, people know you. Your delusions of grandeur, right? Your constant need to be the person that's doing stuff. Like, and that's a prime example of that for the Christmas bonuses. Why you had to make that about you? You're not empathetic towards people. You don't care about people. You use people. You're very manipulative. You always shift blame. Never see him say, hey, I was wrong. When have anybody ever seen him say, hey, I was wrong, that was on me? At the interview he did the other day, was supposedly be for the State of the County address, he clearly came out and said, well, other, basically other commissioners are hindering his progress. And he was talking about Brent Harrison and Tony Long. Fragile ego. Fragile ego. Yeah, that's clearly evidence. Very fragile. And obsessed with the image. Right? That was just what I just did on a quick that's a quick ChatGPT search. Right? But the reality is when we sit down and we think about it and we look at all of this information, right? Anything that any contract, any work that's being done, supposedly being done, anybody that's out there, they're just out there, right? They're just out there at the Barnett King Center because there's no contract been voted on. There's no money that's been allocated for it. The money that he talked about that Terry Sewell there's that money. She said she has secured that funding. But there's no record that funding has been given to the county. Do you know electronic funds transfer is how typically they send the money? Right? And do y'all, I just want people to know this. Like Albert, it's certain things that I want to commend the commissioners for last night. Last night, I'm starting to see a shift in the commissioners in Perry County. That they are challenging things, asking questions. One of the things that I want to give a shout out to, I think it was Commissioner Harrison and Commissioner Lewis and Tony Long. They all voted to amend to add. See, they voted for a resolution at the last meeting to change the location. See, what Albert understands that by state law, and I talked about this earlier, but state law, they can't move the voting location 90 days prior to the election. So what Albert did is they knew that they had to advertise it for 30 days in a newspaper. So the commissioners voted last night to advertise it. They give them 30 days prior to. Because guess what 90 days is? 90 days prior, you passed May 19th, April 19th, March 19th. Around February timeframe, that's when the deadline. And Albert was trying to stonewall because y'all remember Albert said in that meeting that resolution won't see the light of day in Montgomery. See, he was trying to win off a technicality. And this is all I wanted to show people. That's the political games that he plays. Because he can't get his way. He was going to try to undermine the authority of the whole commission via a technicality because he couldn't get his way. And he's just upset because somebody is articulating that, they laying it out, and they clearly showing it so the people can be like, oh. And I want to give a shout out to Kimberly Cosby Walters. Give a shout out to her for going live and recording it. Send a shout out to her for it. Right? For the people can see it. And I can tell you his blood was boiling last night because he didn't get his way. He was having the fit last night. He was sitting there mad. He didn't do his usual tactics of cutting people off, being disrespectful. So if he's been watching me talking, I'm glad that he's been watching it and changing his behavior and being more professional and acting more like a seasoned 25-year political official instead of like a middle school or elementary age child that have a tantrum when they don't get their way. So I commend him for that. Right. The other thing with this is, when we start talking about funding and things, everything, and there's a lot of stuff that always be presented, right? There's a lot of stuff that always be presented. And you know what I'm shocked about today is this. I'm shocked about this. I got to go look at it. Typically, let me go here real quick. Typically, y'all know the morning after a commission meeting, Albert usually make posts. He posts about what happened in the last commission meeting. And we ain't seen nothing posted today. I wonder why. Is he afraid that he's going to get fact checked? Or is he upset because he didn't get his way last night? Because he couldn't push the narrative as if he was the one that got Miss Rita back in office. So he can try to save face. See, I tell y'all, man, like, when you sit down and look at it and really open your eyes, you will begin to see things, and it'll make you go, man, like I said before, let me go to it. What is it? I'm going to it. This right here. On the 21st, he announced about the senior aide positions, right? And I said Miss Robinson, right? And Miss Tab. Miss Robinson and Miss Tab, both I feel are deserving women, and I'm glad they got those. But it's also safe to say that both of those live in District 1. That's his district. Do you think Albert picked them because they were deserving? Or do you think that may have been an ulterior motive about, let me give people from that district so that their family members can look favorable to me when it comes election time? Albert said something on the interview that was supposedly been the State of the County address that, he's on ground. And he said this, he said, I got people that call me and said my family member need a job. And we can't just create jobs, but, we do, we in jobs where we can hire. We make sure that we hire people locally. And that's a great thing. I commend him for that. But my question is, why are people calling you for jobs? Because that can be considered nepotism. Let's go there, right? Since one of his supporters tried to say that, and this is our quote, she said that I had nepotism against Albert because he's a powerful black man in Perry County. That's what she said. That was her comment. I have nepotism against Albert because he's a powerful black man in Perry County. And I kindly respond, I said, ma'am, that's not what nepotism means. But let me go here. Nepotism. Right? Nepotism. The practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially by giving them jobs. Y'all see that? That's nepotism. Now, is he admitting that when people from his district or people call him and saying their family members need jobs and he finds them employment, is that not nepotism? Is he using his position of power or influence to favor those people because they call? You see what I'm saying? Now let's read that definition again because I want to just get some clarity. Nepotism, the practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially by giving them jobs. Now, with that understanding, how can I have nepotism against Albert Turner because he's a powerful black man in Perry County? I'm just trying to understand it because I was flabbergasted when that was said, when I tried to educate and said that that's not what nepotism means. I came back and said, no, that's what it meant. So I'm not arguing with whatever the interpretation. I'm just trying to figure out what definition that is. Right. But if somebody calling you as an elected official, they're saying that their family member needs a job and you use your power and influence to get them that job, can you look at that as an ethics violation? Can you look at that as gaining favoritism for being in office? So when I come back to you, I got your family member that job now. Make sure y'all vote for me now. I gave that money to Sowing Seeds of Hope to pay your utility bill to help y'all with it now. Make sure y'all vote for me now. Y'all see how that looks? Do y'all see how that looks? Right, listen, I'm not against anything. I'm not against the citizens. I'm not against the workers, the county workers who are getting paid. I'm not against that at all. I feel like they should get paid the maximum amount of money as they could. because people love to try to flip that. But I'm saying is, what are we doing to improve our infrastructure? What are we actually doing to improve our infrastructure that will attract businesses to come in? Like, what are we actually doing to do that? Do y'all know? Now, let me go back to it. And I'm just going off of, these are things that he said, and I got the video clips for it. I got the video clips. Albert said in that video with on the alleged state of the county address, Albert said, and I quote, Perry County is, hold on, I got to do it. Perry County is blessed, you know, unlike many other counties in the area. We get money every month from the landfill. We get between $100,000 to $200,000 a month from the landfill. That, you know, you take taxes out of that. You know, okay. Now I'm just going to do some basic math, right? This is basic math, elementary school math. If you get $200,000 a month from the landfill, even if you take taxes out, right? And I'm going to do this. I'm going to, let me go pull up my calculator. I'm going to do some elementary school math, right? I'm going to do 150,000 just to be safe. I ain't even going to go on the high end. 150,000 times 12 equals $1.8 million, right? Now, I'm about to show you how Albert, how much he lies, but he also spills the truth. And I'm about to show you, because it just came to me when I typed this up. I'm going to show you that he's not lying, that they get that amount of money from it. Let me go back to his Facebook page. Let me go back to his Facebook page and let me search for let me search budget. And once it pop up, I'm gonna go to it because I'm showing you guys. I want to show you guys. Bam, the first one. Man, well, look at here. On the 28th of September, 2025, y'all see Albert, right? I just want to show y'all. He said, no budget woes for Perry County. Now, let's go here. And y'all about to see the lie. The budget does include a slight increases in property taxes due to appraisals on corporate property collections. No increases in SSUT collection, but does feature a $300,000 increase in landfill tipping fees from $1 million to $1.3 million. Landfill revenues are projected to rise from $1.5 million in the previous fiscal year to $1.8. Now let's go here. I'm going to blow this up so y'all can see it. Now this is the 2025-2026 budget. Let's go down here to landfill host fees. That's the landfill tipping fees. He's only reporting $1,003,057. Why is he reporting $1,003,057? And then he said it rose from 1.5 million in the previous fiscal year to 1.8 million in this year. So why we don't see $1.5 million there or $1.8 million there? Now, this is the budget that's on the Perry County website. As you see right here, this is the general fund budget. Do y'all see what I've been saying about how he put out information? He don't realize how much he lies. He don't. The truth is in it. Perry County probably is getting there. But then when I question him about it, this is what he gonna say to me. He said, a budget is a projection. And I said, I agree. A budget is a projection, but revenue is what it is. Revenue is what it is. Now, let's go back and see where the other facts at. I'm going to my page and I'm going to show you the breakdown, because the landfill have to report to Alabama Department of Environmental Management. They have to report to them core level how many tons that they receive. And guess what your boy did? I went to that page and I broke down the tonnage that they reported from 2024 to 2025. And I'm going to it. Right? I'm going to it. Going back to my page. And I'm finna search my page. Once I search my page here, I'm going to put in landfill. All right, here you go. On November the 16th. And as you can see, right, a balanced budget attempt. And you see I got Perry County expenses, and revenue. Now, as you guys can see, Arrowhead Landfill reported to the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, ADEM E-File website, that it received a total of 1,427,881 tons of trash from October the 1st, 2024 to September 30th, 2025, and 1.299 million tons for 2023 to 2024. Now, I want everybody to realize that aligns with the 1.3 million that he talked about earlier, right? Then you go up, you can see that 1.4 closer to 1.5 million. Now, Perry County, so according to the agreement with the landfill, is supposed to receive $1 per every ton. So that means that in 2023, 2024, they're supposed to receive $1,299,000. For this last year, they're supposed to receive $1,427,000. But as you go back and you look, he said from last year, they only received $1,003,057. Who's lying? Because the revenue is the revenue. Now, I want to go ahead on and continue to show people where the black and white at. Right? This was the breakdown by quarter that Arrowhead submitted. That was for 2025. This was for 2024. Now, if you go to it, now I'm going to show you guys. This is the website. You want to look up the permit number 5303. And then you want to look for the 25. And I broke that down, the volume report. The volume report is what you want to look at. Right? You go here. I put 2303. You want to do land and you search. See, this is why it's good to be retired, because you got somebody that can actually go to what the records are, because you don't get none of this information from the county. The county ain't reporting to you guys how much work is actually being done. Right. And as they pull that information up, we can go here. And I shared the article, and they supposed to not only get $1 per every ton, they supposed to get a nickel for every ton to fix the road. So in 2025, they supposed to got additional $71,394. In 2024, $64,964. When y'all see, I reported then that Albert said they had a record 23 million, just another lies. But look, y'all check this out. I'm finna show y'all. Man, this thing is so good. It is so good. Let me go back to this budget. I'm going to go to the 2024 budget, because that just made me remember something. 2024-2025 general fund budget. We go to the revenue. Let's go down here to the landfill tipping fees. Now, y'all see that Albert reported that we got a big old increase. Now, landfill host fees. Now, why we made more money in 2024 that they reported $1,017,395. Now I'm gonna go back to my page. because they changed it. It was $1,083,057. But y'all see he took the 8 out and it's just $1,003,057. Now, do y'all see what I'm saying? I just want people to clearly see what I'm saying. Right? And there's a difference. This is the difference. The difference is the numbers reported on the website. There's a $44,000 difference in 2025 and a $281,000 difference in 2024 of the reported revenue that he said that they got and what report on the ADAM website than what Albert Turner has on the county budget. Why? Why, Albert? That's black and white. You haven't provided any reports. I went directly to the source where they have to report. And all of this is public information. That if it wasn't for people like me, the community would not even have a clue. You just can put out lie after lie after lie after lie like you always do, but then turn around and talk about, I'm trying to kill the hope of the people. That's what you said, Albert. By me showing the people the actual truth. And if you go in there, no money is listed about the extra money that they get, the nickel per every ton, the fixed roads. It's crazy work. It's crazy work. Now I'll tell y'all, and this is for the commissioners. If you're watching, look out for a bill for that 2023. And then this is the other thing. I'm gonna look into the legality of elected officials being given an actual vehicle that they drive around like their own personal vehicle. That you should only drive that vehicle for business reasons, not putting 40, 50,000 miles on a vehicle and using the county card to pay gas for it. That's not your personal vehicle. Then if you drive it like your personal vehicle and then the motor blow up in it, the citizens of Perry County shouldn't pay for it. That should be an expense coming out of that individual. And I would like ask the commissioners to look at every bill that they bring across. And don't just vote yes for it. But y'all listen, that's on my page. I did this. I've been providing facts, factual information, providing facts. Right? And it's just crazy. Like, why you don't have published the agreement of the landfill in Perry County? Like this, and then this is the other thing. The other thing, right? I'm gonna do some research on it, right? Abbott, I'm gonna use AI, right? Because AI is good. I'm gonna use AI to do research, not to do videos. I do AI to ChatGPT. Albert said that he was the rural director at ADECA prior to being appointed the chairman back in 2000. My question is this. If you was the director over all of the grants that go to rural areas in Alabama, and you've been commissioner in Perry County since 2000 for the last 20, going on 26 years. I'm going to look to see how many grants Perry County got from your expertise. Because really, if somebody that was over the rural grants, Perry County should have been rolling the dough. We should have been grant after grant after grant after grant after grant. Because and what I will do is I will show you. You guys go and y'all start looking at ADECA and start looking at who actually get grants. It's certain counties that always get money. You know why? And they always improving their infrastructure. But we stay with the same old people that do the same old things. And they get the same old people to believe the same old lies, right? Because those people just get indoctrinated and they get bamboozled. And it's hard for them to come out of that sunken place to say, man, they got over on me. I'm just saying, if somebody gonna be in a position for that and you came from that, that's crazy work. I would say just crazy work. As I say, crazy work. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And I hope you guys continue to spread awareness. Like I said before, one, that jailhouse, not the jailhouse. Oh, speaking of the jailhouse, I'm gonna get some more information on it, but it's been shared with me that jailhouse originally was supposed to cost $1.2 million, that ballooned into $6 million and took multiple years to finish. That's a whole nother conversation, right? But speaking of that jailhouse, shout out to Commissioner Harrison. Last night, he said that, man, I went into jail and ain't none of that stuff ready like you said. And Albert said they paid somebody $8,400 to replace the blocks, and they went in and the blocks still need to be done. Albert said on the video, the interview, that, he ain't just going to paint the jail because the inmates writing in there. They only would do it for when the maintenance cycle come around. But he announced last night that they're going to paint the jail. So I'm trying to understand. And Albert said in that interview, that the commission gave back $50,000 of the COVID money that they had, the $200,000 COVID money they sent that back. That's what Albert said now. He said it. But ain't no evidence, no commissioner votes, no minutes, no nothing that can concur with that. Like, it's just lies. It's just lies. And y'all think I was joking. Y'all ain't been seeing Albert post. Y'all ain't been seeing him post like he used to. I wonder why. Albert, why you ain't posting? Why are you not posting? Are you afraid that it has the possibility of being a fabrication? And that little bit of old Private Power and this Sergeant Outsider will fact check you and show the community that you're lying? Is it that? I'm curious. Albert. This nobody who can't get you to move sure been making you shake, buddy. Sure been making you shake. Said the other day about, the road, the promises of road and Cedar Bluff Road in Uniontown, we waiting on the weather. Dude, well, why? Y'all see what I'm saying? It's always something. Always something. I hope you do it to shut me up. Cedar Bluff Road been need to be fixed for the last 15, 20 years. But I ain't going to be quiet with facts. Only thing you got to do, tell the truth. Tell the truth. And be honest. You got people out there at the Barnett King Center when it's got two different independent companies that says Black Mold out there. But you got people in that building right now to look like they doing some work just so you can have the theatrics of work is being done, but ain't no contract been voted on by the commission. I just want people to see that's crazy work, man. That is crazy work. Crazy work. The level that you got to be committed to that level of buffoonery. But instead of providing facts to say that I'm lied, providing facts to say that I've been wrong or I've misspoken, I don't get none of that. I get insults. I get talked about. Right? But at the end of the day, the people, and this is to the community, right? There are a lot of people in the community that have been afraid to speak up. The reason why you've been afraid to speak up is because you feel like as if individuals are protected and nothing will be done. I just want to remind you, God did not give us the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of sound mind. You would be amazed at the amount of people who reach out and say, man, be careful. The thing I would say with that is, why me presenting facts and presenting truth about a place that I love, that people will be fearful for my safety? Just think about that. And these are not from racist redneck, skinheads, KK. No, this is not that. People are fearful because these are black Democrats back home who are doing everything they can to hold on to a sense of power. They have no desire to move things forward. They just want to be relevant and keep their name in something. And if you can't see that, then you are part of the problem as well. At the end of the day, if you raise your hand to volunteer to become an elected official or be a public servant, there's a burden of responsibility that comes with that. This is somebody who's soon to be 26 years in the military, very soon. And when I retire, it'll be 26 years and 22 days of service as a military official, a member of the United States military. I know what the burden is to carry that burden, right? To represent something bigger than yourself, right? To advocate and fight for and defend rights of people who disagree with you. I understand that. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. I don't expect everybody to like me, but they ain't gonna stop me from advocating what's better. Jennifer just said it. It's time for the black belt to jump like the biggest cities. Let's go, y'all. It's time. But we got to get these dinosaurs out the way who just want things to stay the same way so that they can feel like they're the ones. Do y'all know that there are people that would destroy an entire community just so they can feel like they stay in charge? You know, I talked about this ad nauseum in Greensboro. Back in the 90s, Walmart wanted to come to Greensboro, but the mom and pop stores fought against it because they said it was going to hurt the mom and pop stores in Greensboro. Now, them same mom and pop stores gone. They've been shut down. But think about the revenue, the tax base, and the jobs and the money that would have been going to Hale County right now because of Walmart would have been there since the 90s. I know Marengo County and Demopolis thankful of that because they get all that money, all that revenue. I know Tuscaloosa thankful of that, Tuscaloosa County, because they get all that revenue. I know Brent is happy in Bibb County because they getting all that revenue. And that tax base that the people that go and Marion, y'all drive to Centerville to go to that Walmart, the tax that y'all pay, it goes to benefit Bibb County. All the people that's in Perry County that are in that food desert, and everywhere y'all go, y'all spend y'all money on gas because it makes sense. I'm just being honest. It's cheaper to drive to Tuscaloosa and fill up your tank up than I can go to Tuscaloosa get gas for $2.12, $2.20. Why I'm gonna pay $3 in Perry County? That just makes sense. But the difference in that revenue is that's why you go back and you see Tuscaloosa, they got improvement of the Riverwalk. They got drones for their police department. People got all of this stuff because of the tax base increase. That's what we need with our elected officials. Instead of them just fighting to stay in. And you got to ask yourself, how are our elected officials? It's a problem when we got elected officials that their only source of income is what they're doing in office or connected to what they're doing in office. You just have to look at yourself that way. But hey, man, you guys have a great and wonderful day. As y'all see, I'm rocking 334-205-256, 251-938-659. They got a new one now, 489-43, something like whatever, man. I remember when it was just 205. Then 334 came in. Right? Then they went to 256 in Northern Alabama. See, I remember that. Right? Because that happened, I was in 334 came, it was like 94. Yeah, because it was kind of crazy because it was right there at the split line. If you go in Hale County, it's split. Going down there in Sawyerville, it's split below Akron. Akron and Moundville was 205. We was 334. And I'm going to date myself right now. For those people that remember, back when they did area calling, for me to call Akron, which was 4 miles down the road, I had to dial a 1. It was a long distance call, but I could call to Montgomery from the 334 down to Mobile. See, I remember that. See, some of y'all don't remember that. I remember having to get, I had that pager in college. That it was $9.95 a month, right? Because y'all know that pager in college. Well, you know, I ain't going to tell y'all too much, but but y'all know, we gave people codes. So you rode around with quarters in your car. So you got a page, and somebody, y'all know what I'm talking about. Ain't no need for me to talk about that. Right? And that was before cell phones. And then, after I joined the military in 2000, that's when I got my first cell phone. That's when cell phones blew up. Right? You had the old Nokia cell phone that keep it charged for like a whole week. You ain't got to recharge it. You had your game on, the snake game. Y'all remember? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all remember? And I'm going out, I'm having a nostalgic moment right now, but y'all remember when cell phone first came out, text was 10 cents and you had 40 characters. So for those who don't know, when people, they text you, what you doing, they do WYD. That came from shorthand text because, you had 10 cents for every text. So people was trying to keep everything within a 40 character limit. And this is the funny thing. Y'all remember when phone calls were free after 9 o'clock? And somebody called you, you had low minutes, say, hey man, call me back after 9. Then it was switched to 7. Then when they went to unlimited minutes, y'all know that. Y'all remember them 300 minutes, them 500, and you was paying, man. I remember that. Right? And all that stuff happened right. That was, right after that was like my sophomore year in college when I was enrolled up at Alabama A&M. Y'all heard I said enrolled. Then I joined the Army. But I just had a nostalgic moment. It's good to have those nostalgic moments. But I just want people to understand and be able to see the truth for what it is. Like, just want to reiterate, last night, Albert was trying to play the community, and he's going to get on Sunday on his news things to try to say that he tried to get Rita back in the office and all that. No, he didn't care nothing about Rita. He just want to get political points so that he can try to sway people in his favor. The reason why he want to do it is Albert is real nervous about losing this election. He's very nervous. He's going to say he's not, but he's very nervous. You know why? Because all of his old tactics is getting called out. People seeing it. He don't get the support that he's getting. And he don't like the fact that the truth and facts are being put out there, that people can actually see it, and it being consistently done. And he's nervous. He's very nervous. And like I said, it's going to be an ungodly amount of absentee ballots. It's going to be, not only that, it's going to be, he's going to challenge it. He's going to challenge the election on all types of crazy stuff. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad. And my thing is for the people that he will approach, like allegedly the people that he will approach with propositions from him or other people that are close to them to offering money for your vote. Understand this. The reason why he's coming to you is because he knows if you take it, you're guilty too. And think about this. Albert has already shown that anybody that stand with him, he will throw them under the bus so that he cannot be held responsible. I already talked about the 2 police officers that were with him during the last mayoral election in Marion, that he became a chief witness with the attorney general office against them. And he had them go in and get information, allegedly. Right? So, I'm just curious to what Albert gonna jump to next about what I said. Because he say he ain't, but he definitely been doing it. So I'm just curious to see what Robert Shepard make you jump. I want to see what you're going to do, Albert. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. I'm going to get me something to eat. And remember, go check this content. This information is going on Educate to Elevate 334 on the YouTube page. Go to Educate to Elevate 334. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Talk to you later.